In the midst of life's overwhelming challenges, God's promise in Isaiah 43:2 serves as a beacon of hope and assurance. It speaks not only to individuals, but to the community of believers, emphasizing the collective strength and unity found in faith. Just as God was with the Israelites as they crossed the Jordan River into the Promised Land, He is with His church today as we navigate life's trials together. This shared experience of God's presence strengthens our bonds and deepens our collective faith, reminding us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Isaiah 43:2 invites us to reframe our perspective on trials. Instead of viewing them as insurmountable obstacles, they become opportunities to experience God's presence in profound and transformative ways. The waters and rivers of life are not the end of the story. They are the backdrop for God's faithfulness to be revealed. This perspective does not diminish the pain or difficulty of these experiences, but places them within the context of God's greater plan and purpose. The promise that the waters and rivers will not sweep over us does not mean we are immune to their impact. The journey through them may still be challenging, and we may emerge changed by the experience. Yet these changes are not marks of defeat, but of growth and resilience. They are evidence of God's sustaining power and a testament to His promise-keeping nature. Each step we take through the waters is a step of faith, a declaration of our trust in God's ability to bring us through. Isaiah 43:2 reminds us that our identity is not defined by the waters and rivers we face, but by the one who is with us in them. We are not victims of circumstance. We are children of God, redeemed and sustained by His love. This truth empowers us to face life's challenges with confidence, knowing that we are held by the hands that formed the heavens and the earth. It transforms fear into faith, uncertainty into trust, and despair into hope. Before the demands of the day weigh heavily on our hearts and minds, we have the opportunity to begin with prayer, a powerful, life-changing act. Prayer is not just a religious exercise, but a divine connection, an intentional act of aligning our hearts and minds with God's will. By starting each morning with prayer, we declare that we will not let the world dictate our day. Instead, we entrust it to the Creator who knows the end from the beginning. In prayer, we lay down our burdens, worries, and fears at the feet of God, who is more than capable of handling them. We come as we are, with all our flaws and failures, and find grace that is new every morning. Prayer is an act of surrender, humility, and faith, acknowledging that we cannot do it all on our own, and that God's ways and thoughts are higher than ours. Starting the morning with prayer sets the tone for the entire day, creating a foundation of peace and purpose that nothing in the world can shake. It reminds us that we are not alone in whatever we face and that God is with us every step of the way. Prayer is not about reciting perfect words or following a formula. It is about opening our hearts to God and inviting Him into every aspect of our lives. In prayer, we align ourselves with God's will and purpose, pausing to ask, "Lord, what do you want from me today? What is your will for my life in this moment?" This act of seeking His guidance brings clarity and direction to our steps, helping us discern what is truly important. It allows us to walk in obedience, trusting that His plans for us are good, and that He is working all things together for our benefit. Prayer is also a powerful weapon against the enemy's schemes. By praying, we put on the full armor of God, equipping ourselves to stand firm against the attacks of the enemy. Morning prayer is a time to declare victory over the challenges we will face, plead the blood of Jesus over our lives, and speak God's promises into our circumstances. It is a time to replace fear, doubt, and discouragement with faith, hope, and confidence in God's power. Prayer reminds us of who God is and who we are in Him. It shifts our focus from our problems to His power, from our weaknesses to His strength, and from our limitations to His limitless grace. We are reminded that He is our provider, healer, protector, and sustainer, and that we are His children, loved unconditionally and chosen for a purpose. Morning prayer is not just about asking for God's help. It is also about praising Him for who He is and thanking Him for all He has done. Gratitude shifts our mindset from scarcity to abundance, from worry to worship. As we acknowledge God's goodness and faithfulness, we cultivate a heart of thanksgiving that carries us through the day. Prayer is also a time for intercession, lifting others before the throne of grace, participating in God's work of redemption and reconciliation. In the stillness of morning prayer, we find rest for our souls. While the world constantly demands and strives, in God's presence, we find peace that surpasses all understanding. Prayer is a sanctuary, a place of refuge from the noise, reminding us that we are not defined by busyness or productivity, but by our relationship with Him. Prayer is not limited by time or place, but starting the day in communion with God is uniquely powerful. It dedicates the first moments of our day to the one who gave us life, centering us in His presence. As we make prayer a daily habit, it transforms not only our mornings, but our entire lives, deepening our relationship with God, strengthening our faith, and equipping us to handle whatever comes our way. Prayer becomes a lifestyle, a continuous conversation with the one who loves us most, drawing us near to His heart and aligning us with His eternal purposes.